Greetings and welcome to Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter, and I'll be your host this evening. I want to extend to you my gratitude for you watching Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts. If you're watching this as a replay, I want you to know that I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening, starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make a note of this so you can watch and be part of the live stream. Plus, we have an after party following the live stream, which is sometimes better than the live stream portion. You must be a registered Stunt Hangar Forum member to find the link to be part of the live stream and the following after party. Here at Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunt Hangar Forum, you can find the link if you scroll down to the section called At the Bench, which is right below in memory of our friends. If you're not a member or if you're not logged into Stunt Hangar Forum, the At the Bench link will not appear. If you're not a member, please register at stunthangar.com/SMF. That's stunthangar.com/SMF. That's Smart Men Flying. That's courtesy of Jeff Riley. You must place a space between your real first and last name when you register. You must also use a valid email address or Sparky. The proprietor of Stunt Hangar will not approve you. Now, if you're inclined to not come in and just enjoy watching us on YouTube, wonderful, fantastic. Please enter your questions or comments in the chat box right over here. I'll do my best to make your comments or questions a part of the show. And understand sometimes I can't get a word in myself, so be patient. And I will ask our illustrious panel your question or state your comments. And by the way, you only can do that during a live stream. So like I said earlier, I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening, starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you find the Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts that I host or the many building videos, contest coverage videos that Sparky does on this platform informative and enjoyable, please hit the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Subscribe, share the videos, comments. All these engagements help the Stunt Hangar YouTube channel grow. Please consider joining Stunt Hangar's YouTube channel memberships, which start at just $4.99 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. And by the way, I'm a member. I have the $4.99 come out of my own checking account. It's been running now for the last 3 years, 11 months. And now, if you don't want to do this monthly subscription, now, by the way, there's two more levels above the $4.99. I think the top level is $25 a month. And we do have a few of those big tippers too. So thank you very much for your support. Now, if you don't want to do the monthly support, you can do this super chat, which is located right over here and below the chat box, and hit that super chat, and it'll prompt you to how to donate. And if you're watching this as a replay, the super chat goes away. So please hit those 3 dots below the screen, and then a menu will pop up and select super thanks. And again, you'll be directed on how to donate there. And please donate in kind with what you're receiving in return. I mean, I believe we have some great content, great information. And when you think about what Stunt Hangar has for you, I mean, there's the forum where you can type in and chat with other flyers. We have, then Sparky does his builds, live streams. A lot of them are live, and you can ask him questions, even if it has nothing to do with what he's doing at that moment. And then we have the Zoom meetings, which I host. I mean, for all that, we need your support, and I think it's a great steal. And I'm doing it myself, so I'm not asking you to do something I'm not willing to part with my own money. So please partner with me and donate. Now, when you're a member of the YouTube channel, you actually get access to member-only videos. We do have member-only videos that are only available to our members. I know there's the Outrage. There's a few of the shows I've done that are member only. Sparky has some that are earmarked for member only. So they're not, everything you see is not everything that's available. There's some that aren't visible to you unless you're a member. Now, this is Sparky's YouTube channel. I'm in here twice a week, Monday and Fridays, and I set the show up, stream it live on YouTube. I don't really hang out too much in the forum. So if you want to get in touch with me, if you have any questions or comments, please go to my YouTube channel. which is called Flying Control Line Stunt. Let me repeat that. Flying Control Line Stunt. You know, I fly control line stunt. That's what the name of the channel is, Flying Control Line Stunt. If you would locate the 2019 AMA National Championship video, I'm really proud of that video because this is my only time I was at the Nats up until I go there again. And I'm flying a beautiful plane, which is Sparky's Junar XL. It was orange back then, and it was an official flight. So check it out. If you do that, if you comment or have a question, I'll be notified on my phone and I'll be able to respond to you quickly. If you leave a comment on the Stunt Hangar forum, I might not see it or I might not have time to get to it because of just my schedule. So the best way to reach me is through my channel, Flying Control Line Stunt. I want to thank you for your past, your present, and future support. You are making it happen. Please keep the conversations family room friendly. In other words, please don't use words or do things you wouldn't say or do around your own children or grandchildren. And I see we already have some people in the gallery. Thank you very much for coming in. I appreciate it. Let me make my way there and I'll join you guys. I'm going to go to the control panel real quick, set the show up there, and making my way there right now. Okay. And let's see here. I made to see what's going on in the chat box. That's why I have like 3 monitors that I use to keep up with what's going on. I try to really make the chat box an equal participant in the show. So I keep an eye on that. And I try my best to get to everyone. I see Gary Sinclair is the first one in the chat box. He is a member of our YouTube channel. I can tell by the moniker next to his name. He says, "Hi, everyone, like provided." And he also is a monitor on the channel. He has a blue wrench so he can delete people or actually knock them out, you know. And let me see, I got to do something else here real quick. Uh, let's see here. Just give me another moment, a couple more clicks, and I'll be focusing on the gallery here. All right, great, great, great. I'm not sure who was the first one in, but I'll just go with Gary Sinclair. Hey, Gary, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Great. Thanks for so much for coming in. I appreciate it.
Well, I hope they have a good week of doing it all.
Oh, it's this weekend?
Yeah, it
Oh
starts
man,
today.
I didn't even realize. Yeah, I hope they
Yeah,
do.
I do too. Yeah.
I'm sure they will because you know it's an iconic venue. You know, I would like to go there, so I'm sure that others would like to go there. And let me speak to the original Steve Smith in St. Louis. How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing
Steven,
good.
excuse me. Pardon me, Steven. Sorry about that.
What's that?
I said Steve instead of Steven.
That's fine.
All right, cool. So, what you been up to, Steven?
Uh, Not much.
Not much.
No, I had some issues with my knee.
Oh man.
On top of that, the weather hasn't been too good here in St. Louis, so
Oh,
rain, wind, both.
right. Well, nothing stays the same. So hopefully your knee will improve and the weather will improve also.
Well, I got the steroid shot from my doc today.
Oh, okay.
So they said give it a couple of days and should be good. So
Oh, good.
Monday might be a good flying day weather-wise.
Oh,
Actually,
great.
tomorrow could be, but it's Mother's Day, so.
Yeah, I vaguely know that was Mother's Day too. I'm kind of way behind on everything. So immersed in everything else. So there's
Well,
Mother's Day.
I picked the Northern Lights
I see.
background
Yeah.
because we're supposed to have some of that between noon and 5 a.m. Somehow could be as far south as St. Louis, visible as far south as St. Louis.
Wow, that is cool. I know those natural phenomenons are all inspiring and curious.
Yeah, it also could affect GPS, so maybe not, maybe don't go
Wow.
driving somewhere where you don't know.
Wow. Yeah, that would be
It's from a solar flare.
yeah, interesting. Interesting. So when you have been flying your Spectra, the plane that was repaired by Sparky,
Hmm.
how's that trim progressing?
Pretty good. I think we got it. Yeah, he came out with me the last time we flew and did another little flap tweak. And now it seems like I got too much weight in the tip, so I'll take some out and we'll see how that goes. But it's doing well now. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I can trust it.
Oh, that's where I like to be, where I get to the point where I can trust the plane, and it's like,
Yeah, it's
okay,
gonna
now I
do
just
what I tell it to do. So as long as I tell it the right thing.
right, exactly. Then you just rely on yourself to
Yeah,
on yourself. I totally get that,
yeah, you don't
and
have
you
to worry about
making
it falling out of the sky or turning in on you or doing anything odd like that. Hello, Jonathan. How are things down under?
Yeah, good. How you going, Judge?
yeah. Here comes the judge. Here comes heck,
Uh-huh.
we have two judges in here. Also have two
Is
hostages.
is that a bit of the Aurora behind you? Is it?
Yeah, I picked that we're supposed to have it tonight, between midnight and 5 a.m. as far south as St. Louis, which is in the middle of the
Wait,
country.
wait. What's your latitude? We don't get them here in Auckland. We're probably too high. We're about 36 degrees.
That one I don't know. I guess I could look it up on the internet. Ask Mr. Google.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Jonathan,
Yeah,
you been doing
we
any flying, or you been doing any building?
no, not a lot of flying, no. But I've been doing a little bit of building, and I was crook as a parrot a week ago. I had several things happening. I had a bit of a muck up with my medication and one thing and another, and yeah, so one thing led to another. But I have been working on my hurricane in between times, and I apologise in advance if you can hear the odd noise. We've got people coming to lay carpet in the next few days, so Marion's over in the corner there throwing stuff into a little trolley to get it out of the way from the carpet people when they come. But I'll show you the hurricane. I'll just
Yeah.
unplug and as I say, I don't know what the quality of this camera is like. I don't think it's much chopped, so I apologise. You probably won't get too much detail, but you might see a little bit. I'll do the best I can anyway.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, there we
Wow,
go.
you're making progress. Wow, it's looking good, Jonathan. Wow, amazing.
It's I'll show you a bit underneath too if I can. Oh, hang
Right?
on.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Where am I? Oh, there.
Oh, there you are. Boxy, huh? Yeah, it looks very good. Wow, it's pretty impressive, Jonathan. Really impressive.
Does it look like a hurricane?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
believe so. I haven't seen too many hurricanes, but yeah, the rudder looks like one, and I really like the yellow on the leading edge. That looks really good, and the camouflage looks great.
Yeah, they put the yellow there. That was standard practice, so the ground crew could see the wing coming before it chopped their head off.
Mm.
Oh, I was curious what that yellow was for. I've seen it in a lot of uh, planes, and I'm always curious. I mean, it looks good, and I knew there had to be a reason for it.
I think that was the main reason. It was just a ground crew thing, handling thing, I think. But certainly set them off with the green. It was quite good. I've got to build the canopy yet and the tank, and then another couple of coats of clear lacquer to finish her off and seal everything up. And she'll be right. She's running at about just over 40 ounces now. So by the time I've finished, I reckon she'll be about 60 ounces, and she's a massive wing. She's about 700 and just under 750
Oh wow,
inches wing. Yeah.
What power plant, Jonathan?
Mirko 61.
61. Okay.
Yeah.
that's from the
And
Sparky, right?
it's quite a torquey motor. It's a bit like a tractor engine actually. We had it fired up the other day, and I've got my mate. He's working on the Venturi to get a bit more air into it. It was certainly wanting more breathing. So by the time we get that sorted, I think it'll certainly produce plenty of torque. Whether it's going to be enough for the high stuff, I don't know. It should be. So, you know, the numbers are right, so
Well,
hopefully it'll.
I have a comment from Jeff Riley. It says John's Hawker is too pretty, too beautiful build. You did a really good job. That's from Jeff Riley.
Oh, thanks, Jeff. Yeah.
So I have a question. So what size, what kind of volume tank you going to put in there?
It'll be a 6-ounce tank, or just, yeah. Sorry, I had to think for a moment. It'll be right on the 6 ounces.
All right. Is it going to be the kind of tank that has a wedge on the end on the outboard, or are you going to have a square tank, rectangular shape? What are you going to do?
No, it'll be a square tank, but I want to ask Sparky something. I noticed I watched his replay of his orange plane. He had it upside down yesterday, and I noticed he had it looked like a red fuel feed from the bottom of the tank at the rear. When the aircraft's up the right way, it looks like it's coming out of the bottom, right at the back, and running the full length of the fuel tank compartment. It looks like silicon tube running the full length from the back of the tank. And I wondered what the story was there, if he had done that rather than bring brass or copper tubing out at the front.
You know, when I flew his Junar at the Nats, can't believe it, what, 2019, I think it was. I can't believe it's been that much time it's traveled. But he had a overflow tube that came down, and I'd had to tuck it up inside. So when I fill the tank, I pull that down, and I think there might have been a plug on the end of it. And then you unplug it, let the fuel spill out, and then you plug it back up the plug, and then you just tuck that thing up.
Yeah, I could see what I thought was the overflow.
That might have been just the excess tube that he just tuck up inside.
Yeah. But he might come on later and answer the question. But I thought that was interesting anyway. But my tank will be like that, and it'll be uniflow, but it'll be pressure fed. And I might draw straight from the back in the silicon tube. If he can tell me the reason why, if he thinks it's an advantage, I'll do the same.
Yeah, well, he might be listening. Maybe he'll come in. Hey, Sparky, come on in. You're actually requested. And then we have a comment from Marcel Legrand. He says, "Hi, Charles, and everyone at Stunt Hangar. Excuse me. Model looks great, John. And you're getting lots of flowers about your plane, man. Lots of flowers." So you get.
Marcel can build a nice plane. He'll know.
Yes.
He built a nice plane.
Yeah, Marcel does. He does. So now I'm going to kind of drill in more about the tank. How are you going to make your end caps? You're going to what you going to do to make the end caps?
End cap meaning the end of the tank?
Yes, both front and back. How do you do that?
Well, what I'll do, I've actually just got it over there, but it's being moved. I think it's gone now out of this room. Excuse me, chewing an apple at the same time.
Mm-hmm. I eat popcorn sometimes, so I can't shame you for
that. What I'll do is I'll basically fold a tube, fold the body, and then I'll cap each end. It'll be capped and then folded around. As they come in, they'll be folded over on all the edges around so that you get a good soldered joint, a strong soldered joint, because if you have a bit of vibration or a heavy landing, you need that overlap. You need those good strong joints at each end, because the tank might torque too. Oh, well, not likely, but I mean, it's, you want the tank strong. You don't want it leaking.
So do you use a brake, or do you use lineman pliers? How do you fold over the sides of the end caps?
Well, it depends. Sometimes it's hard to get at in a certain way, so you might have to use tools. long nose pliers, and you
Mhm.
can do it that way, or you can actually put a little jig in the vise and bend it that way. I mean, the long answer is whatever works.
Yeah.
At the end, at the end of the day, a good smack with a hammer
Ex-
makes
ex-
a bit in one of the tabs that's sticking up might make
right.
it lie down, so you can get the solder into it. The tighter the joint, the better. And then if you can solder it up, and then I always boil, as Dennis said, people thought I was boiling my tanks. Well, I kind of do. I boil my tanks. I plug them and then I put them in boiling water. And boy, the number of times I've put a tank underwater or blowing on it and thought, oh yeah, it's as tight as, and then you put it into a mug of boiling water and they let go. They'll soon start to leak if you have any dicey soldering at all. And of
Very
course,
good.
that creates no end of problems because you spend the rest of your life chasing the problem.
Yeah, very good, John. Jonathan, appreciate that. Now it's a square tank, right? So the fuel pickup's going to go down halfway down this outboard side of the tank, right?
No, not the pickup. The pickup will go right pretty much to the end, but um, the Uniflow will go to about just over halfway. I'm picking. I'll take it down to
Okay.
just over halfway. I think if you get it too close together, you're inclined to get you increase your chances of getting bubbles in your fuel line,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which you don't want either. I don't know.
Well,
I was actually going to ask guys what the common advice would be because you hear all kinds of theories and you go on to Stunt Hangar and there's chapter and verse written there and infinitum about how to design and build a tank. And I often wonder, if it's worth experimenting, but I never get around to doing it. With, say, for example, putting some stainless steel uh, wool at the end of the tank to stop the fuel sort of aerating and sloshing around, to hold it in that corner like a baffle.
uh-huh.
Stuff like that. I guess it's all been done before, but yeah, I'd like to know, some of the guys that have been around for 100 years or so far,
Right.
you know,
Those guys
that
definitely
have the answers.
they do. They've
And
tried everything. And yeah, I know that I have a friend who uses baffles. I know that baffles have came out of favor for some people, but he's been using baffles for a while. He's had no problem. And my experience actually with tanks, I was actually taught by, I don't know if you know who he is, but his name is Bill Biles, and he was taught by Ed Southwick. And so Bill Biles has showed me to make these square tanks, and but it's a clunk, it's a metal clunk tank. So there's actual pickup in the very center of the end cap, and then there's a silicone tube to a brass clunk, and this clunk is actually like a cone shape, and so it lays down. I mean, this tank drinks. That engine will get every drop, and when the engine shuts off,
sure,
it just shuts off. I mean, it's none of that staggered. When's it going to quit type of thing? It's just the motor's running, and all of a sudden it stops running. No hint, no advertisement. And those are tanks that I've made, and they're not Uniflow either. It's just
they
this.
can be dangerous.
Say again.
Those ones that shut off like that can be dangerous.
Well, as long as you have
I,
enough fuel, and you have
yeah,
extra laps and you have an idea. But
I'm,
it
I'm usually
is
I'm
kind
usually
of
going
unsettling.
I'm usually going into something overhead when it craps out on me.
Yeah,
But
of course.
the sintered the brass. You talk about the brass pickup. Apparently, here some of the guys were telling me the other day that they're called the sintered pickup is the way to
I know what
go.
you're talking about.
And one of the reasons that is good is that you get a little bit of warning. You get a bit of a cough and a burp, and you
Right.
get about another half a lap out of it. So if you're thinking of doing something outrageous, you can sort of give yourself an uppercut and change your mind before you know, run out of
Right. Right.
juice up top. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I typically just do the same thing every single time. I mean, everything is I really don't deviate. I do everything the same, just like I do an
Yeah.
official flight. So when I fly, typically I do the stunt pattern every time. And so, I don't really have a situation where I'm fooling around and the tank runs out of fuel because I've been fooling around. I pretty much do the same thing all the time, everything. I mean, from the time I even practice signaling the judge. I mean, it's all just a repetition of the same thing every single time.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. I'm glad we have Mark Gerber. I know Mark Gerber can build some tanks, and we just talked a little bit about building fuel tanks. But let me first welcome Mark Gerber in. Hey, Mark, thanks so much for coming in. I appreciate you coming in.
Hi, Charles. You're quite welcome.
What you been up to?
Oh, it's been a busy week.
I think I set it up for you. Let me make sure you can share. Yeah, you can share. All right, great. All right.
Larry's Tom Dixon's airplane.
Yeah, so I think I mentioned Monday night that we were a club that I belong to with Jerry Higgins, Chris Brainerd, and John Penny, and several other control line flyers. Keith Russell.
There's a Keith Trussell model in the middle, isn't it?
Yep. And
Yeah.
once a year, the club has what they call I Built It Night, and they um, invite everybody to bring airplanes that they've built, put them on display, and then they have judges that look at them and they give prizes. So this is not the first one I wanted to look at. This one here. So this is almost all the airplanes. They put them into four categories. This first row here is scratch built. And this row over here is kit built. And the one lone guy over there, the Skyhawk, is a ARF. And then the last row over here is called old time. And I'm not sure what old time really means. I think it's the same definition we have for stunt, but this is a radio control club, so I don't want to assume too much.
Yeah.
And this guy's one of the judges. And they went around and really looked everything over with a fine-tooth comb. But this is the category of scratch built. And so this is Chris Brainerd's Stellaris. This is Keith Russell's XF-11. And this is my T-Bird 2 that I got down off the rafters and dusted off. And it still looks pretty good. I was amazed.
Mm.
And Chris won he got third place in the Super 70s category at VSC with this airplane
Very nice.
back in March. And this is Keith's XF-11, which is really meticulously done. He got first place at the Nats.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was half a profile scale, I believe. And it's
I don't think that was profile.
well, he had to enter in profile because they don't have a half ace category.
Oh, okay.
So I think it was skinny enough to meet the requirements.
Yeah.
All I remember is it was incredible.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a beautiful little
Yeah, it is
airplane.
beautiful. No doubt about it.
And then here's my T-Bird from 2000. I flew this for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years back in the early 2000 timeframe.
That is a gorgeous red.
It is. It is. It was really pretty.
You can see I got Bob Palmer's signature here on the wing.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Now I see it. Oh, very nice. Wow.
And so, genuine Vico spinner, genuine Vico wheels. You can't see the wheels.
No. What are you using for
Yeah.
power?
It's a Super Tiger 46.
Oh, very nice.
So I'm actually going to take it out tomorrow and see how it flies. I hope the weather cooperates.
Do you have a muffler on that Super Tiger 46?
Yeah, there's a tongue muffler on the other side. You can't see it on the picture. But
No, can't see it. Very nice, man. Very nice.
And this is
Mark, when
Keith's.
you
Sweet pea. Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
John. What were you going
remember.
to say?
Mark, when you put your models up in the roof or whatever, do you cover it in a plastic bag or protect it in
No,
any other way?
no, I just let the dust accumulate on them.
Okay. Yeah,
I
no,
set this on my workbench, and I had a bottle of Windex, and I just sprayed it and wiped it with paper towels, and
yeah.
I was amazed at how shiny it still is. I
Yeah.
didn't buff it or anything.
Wow. Looks really good.
That's Brodak
I,
dope too.
yeah,
Oh,
I find hanging them upside down helps.
well, I hang them by the lead out, so they're hanging sideways.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And then again, this is Keith's little sweet pea. And I can't remember what he won with this. I think he won something at VSC, maybe an exhibition award. But it's a really cute little airplane.
Yeah, it is cute. Oh, look
So
at the bear cat.
before I get on to the Bearcat, um, Keith and Chris and I are expecting to win prizes, at least the certificate,
Right.
because they give first, second, and third for each category. Since there's only 3 of us that entered.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, the numbers are in your favor.
And I got a first place last year with my Bearcat in the scratch built category.
Wow.
But we won't find out until next month, because the way they work this is they announce the winners at the next monthly meeting. That way they try to get everybody to come back to the meeting.
Oh, and it gives you
Right.
time to send in some money too.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a nice club. They got 280 members.
Wow.
And the guy who's the president does a really excellent job. And we have a nice flying site west of Denver. And the only bad thing is it's a 6,000-foot elevation there. But
Oh, wow.
this club has welcomed us control line guys and kind of made us part of the flow here. You can see we're mixed in with all the radio control airplanes too. So
That is very good.
then I didn't get a lot of time to work on the Bearcat, but I did get all the longerons on the fuselage. So I'm ready to start adding some sheet.
Very nice.
First I'll put the sides on, and then I think the next thing I'll have to do after that is mount the wing under here, and then build the stabilizer, mount that back here. Here's a rear view of it. So the stabilizer goes right here.
Hmm.
Then I can install the control system, and I'll add the rudder. And once I get the stabilizer and the rudder on, I get the control system all working correctly. Then I can mold the top and the bottom shells and can proceed with the final assembly there. But this is where I am right now. So
Do you mold the shells on that?
now I've got molds.
Oh, okay.
I got pictures of them somewhere, but I don't know where I can find them right now.
Yeah, I started to say because the BBQB, I've got big molds that Al told me how to build, and he was very adamant how to build. Anyway, I
I
have a set
kind
of
of
those
brute forced
downstairs.
them. I just took big chunks of basswood and carved them out.
Oh Lord, you're more artistic than I am. Then I
Well,
did.
I don't know
These are
about
done with
artistic, but I'm quite used to
these are
working
done
with
with
basswood, and
yeah,
I've got a nice uh, belt sander, and it does a really good job of working it down.
Wow.
Anyway, that's where we are with the Bearcat right now.
Very cool. Every time you show your shop, I'm always that vice is kind of curiosity to me because I never seen anything like it. What kind of vice is that?
Which vice?
The orange one.
Oh,
Is that a vice or is it something else?
this one over here.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a Versa vice. Anybody know what a Versa vice is?
I
Yeah,
know.
vice versa.
It, It was made by a company in Orville, Ohio, which is not too far from where I grew up, called Wilbert. And they made these things for, I don't know, 50 years probably. And I think they stopped about 20 years ago or so. And it's a really handy little thing. I like it because you can,
Thank you. I got it.
it comes out quite a ways. You can see it's got a long,
Yeah.
and you can turn it all directions. And then when you tighten the vise, then it tightens the shaft too, so it won't turn once you tighten down as you got
Oh,
something in it.
interesting. Okay, interesting. Okay.
And you can also lift it up, and then you see this big hole here. You
Yeah.
flip it over on its side, and use it that way if that works out better for whatever you're trying to do.
Huh.
I don't do that very often, but once in a while it comes in handy.
What's it
Anyway,
called
this was
again?
my.
It's
I'm
called a
sorry.
VersaVice. It's called a VersaVice.
Yeah. And I think you can still, I think there's still a few of them on eBay once in a while. Um, the more modern version of it that's made in China is called a parrot vise, I think.
Hmm.
But this was my dad's, and he had it in our basement where I grew up, and ever since I was a little kid. And when I moved away and went to New England, I one trip back to Ohio, I don't know where I was. I was in a store someplace. It might have even been a used tool store, and I saw one, and so I bought it and took it back to New England and put it on my workbench in New England. Well, and then I moved it back out to Colorado when I moved to Colorado, and I was using it in Colorado. And one day I was doing something with some part of my Saab, and I tightened the thing down too tight and it broke it.
Hmm.
I never had broken a vise before in my life, but I broke this
Done
one.
that. I've broken a vice.
So um, I went and got one of those cheap parrot vices, and I used that for a long time. When my dad passed away in 2008, one of the things I claimed from the estate was this vice, and put it back and put it into a little box and had it shipped out to Fort Collins. And then I don't remember the exact sequence of events. I think I took the clamp part and the shaft here out of Dad's vise, and I believe this centerpiece was my vise. Mine was red, not orange. So about, I don't know, 5 or more years ago, I got some orange paint and I masked it all off carefully and disassembled it and sprayed it orange so it looks just like the one we used to have at home.
Oh, very cool. It looks really interesting. Every time he's showing you a bear cat, I've seen that vice, and I'm like, what kind of vice is that? So thanks for sharing. Appreciate that.
Anyway, that's my story for the week.
All right.
You
Well,
said what'd you call that vice again?
Versa Vice.
Versa vice.
Yeah, VERSAVICE. There's a dash in the middle. And I think if you look on eBay, you might find one or a reference to it.
Yeah.
Or if you Google something, you might turn up the Wilbert Company in Orville. Their Wilbert Company is still in business. But I believe what they're making, they used to make all kinds of metal parts in addition to the Versa Vice. And last I knew, they were making retractable antennas for the Army for
Yeah.
Jeeps that would
That
go
makes
up like
sense.
30 or 40 feet up in the air.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But anyway,
Well,
it's a Wilbert Company in Orville, Ohio, was the manufacturer of this vise. And again, it's called a Versa Vice.
that's very neat. I'll
thank you
look
very
see if
much,
I
Mark.
find one.
Appreciate that.
Mark, just before you go, what size is that motor?
This
Tiger
one,
60.
that's a Super Tiger 60.
Okay.
Very good.
Phil knows
Charles?
because he launched my Bearcat at the Nats and he had to hang on to it.
Yeah, it had a definite pull to it. I enjoyed the heck out of it. And it was beautiful.
Well, hopefully
This
I get
guy is
another one
out there.
here.
This guy is out there in the area where Keith Trossel is. He can ask Keith Trossel for advice. If it's not gorgeous, there's something wrong. But he is a heck of a craftsman. So his
Yeah.
other planes are gorgeous too. Uh,
And Keith
Charles,
said
I
I was
can't.
talking to Keith at the meeting Tuesday night. He says he's working on 5 different airplanes.
Oh Lord, that sounds like me.
But I didn't get I know one of them is a big job.
Oh,
And I
got
think
another one.
yeah. And I lost track what the other 4 are at this point.
Yeah.
If he comes
Charles,
on, we'll have to ask him.
do you by any chance, or does anybody remember who it was that needed to know exactly what color an ARF Nobler is?
Yeah. I know that Carl Reed was trying to match his finish, his ARF.
Well, if
No,
you can get a hobby shop to order it for you, it's called Monocoat Insignia Blue. It's TOPQ
okay.
0207.
Okay. So it's Monaco Insignia Blue.
Yeah, Monocoat Insignia Blue. And TOPQ 0207.
Yeah.
That's
You
their
know what,
number for it.
the manual, I remember years ago, Carl asked me about this, or someone asked me about it, and I happened to have the instruction manual from the Nobler ARF, and that's what it said inside. But I think
Yeah.
there have been some changes through the years, so that insignia blue doesn't always match the particular ARF that a person might have.
Yeah, well, I took mine to the hobby shop and matched it up, and there were 3 rolls of Monocoat in there that looked like the right stuff. This one matched it, so I looked to see what it was and took a picture of it because my memory is. But anyway,
Right.
I just read the picture, but anyway, that's what it is. Matches mine. It may not match all of them, but it matches mine.
I understand. Appreciate that. Tell me what you've been up to, Philip. You been doing any flying? I know I've been asking you
No
about the
flying.
SB11. No
No
flying. Okay.
flying. I've been doing some building. I've got 3 airplanes ready to fly now, and the SV is ready to go. The Cavalier is now ready to go. I had a dickens of a time adapting the spinner to the Cavalier, but it's finally done. But anyway, got 3 airplanes ready to go. We're going to try to go in the morning, but the weather forecast is for wind. So, and we had wind today that just blow you down. I don't know where all this wind is coming from. It's the screwiest weather we've ever had. Been a crazy year. If it's not raining, it's blowing.
It has been. It definitely has been crazy.
But we'll try again.
Yeah, keep trying. Even when
yeah.
they have a beautiful day, like I had a beautiful day today. I with 5 of us out there: Joe Mata, Stuart Mossman, Scott Harris, Steve Minchella, and myself. And we flew straight for 3 hours in rotation. I mean, just beautiful weather. I mean, overcast early in the morning, and it didn't. I mean, it was in the 60s, mid 60s. Maybe got close. Maybe got up to near 68 or so. Just absolutely just gorgeous. And I flew the SV11 a couple times. Then I flew my stunt trainer about another 4 times. So I mean, it was just great. A lot of flying. No one had any crashes. Everyone's plane started right up. I mean, it was just unbelievable.
He's trying to make the rest of us jealous, and he's doing a good job for me.
It was an unbelievable day because sometimes we have people can't get their motor started or what have you, or have a crash. None of those things. Just a rotation that just kept going and going, and just
a pretty day. That's great.
Beautiful and unbelievable.
Y'all deserved it.
Yes, absolutely.
If it was in the mid 60s, you guys must have all had your California parkas on or something like that too, huh?
In the beginning, I had a jacket. I have to admit, I had a jacket.
Okay.
At the beginning, but it was probably like 60 when I first got out there. But it turned out to be a beautiful day. I saw I think Stephen Minchella had came in, and then he went out and he's back again. Hey, Stephen Minchella, thanks for coming in. So what you been up to?
Not much. Just hanging out. Went flying today. The wind was kind of all over the place, so wasn't really the greatest day to go flying.
Okay.
And after that, I just went to work and that I'm here. So
What did you
maybe
win?
tomorrow.
What did you fly?
I flew the Spectre with the Tiger 46
All right.
and a Viking that I picked up in Tucson with an LA 46. And I'm trying to set it up and get it where it's comfortable. And I don't know if it's, you know, it was somebody else's airplane. So, and it was for sale. So, it's obviously for sale for a reason. But
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend that I would like to get into it, and maybe when I get it set up, I'll pass it to him, and he can use it to get his feet wet with or something. I don't know.
Very cool.
Is it?
That's about it.
Very cool. And I think Stuart Morrison came in after you. Hey, Stuart, thanks so much for coming in. How you doing?
Good. I'm just checking. I got just a text. The Northern Lights up here at home.
Oh, wow. Very
Oh, man, that's
make you
pretty.
big. Make you big real quick. Look
Kind
at
of hard to
that.
see. Maybe.
No, we
That's
see it.
pretty.
It's
Wow. Amazing.
I am. You can't see it, but this isn't far away from me. But I don't know if you heard on the news about that, eh?
Yeah.
About-
Oh, yeah.
Actually, Stephen Smith, the original Steve Smith, had his background. See, he has the see his background.
yeah, I see that. That's why I
Yeah.
kind of figured you guys already knew about it.
Yeah. Very nice. Very, very nice. So you haven't been doing any flying? You've been doing any building?
I'm just kind of working a little bit at it, but haven't flown. The weather hasn't just been windy up here, and it's going to be windy for another week at least. So I probably should have gone out later tonight, but I was too tired, so I didn't quite make it. So
I understand that. I
You figure
understand.
out where all this darn wind is coming from. I mean, this is May.
Yeah, and it's
Crying out
the
loud.
weather's all tipsy turvy, totally strange.
it's nice out today, though. It was up here.
Nice.
It was a nice day on.
It was beautiful this morning, but boy, this afternoon it was a mess.
Caffeine, I'll get to you soon. I see your good looking son there. He is such eye candy, handsome little guy. Jonathan, now you're gonna follow up this handsome guy, Jonathan's son, but I'm gonna go to you, Jonathan. John Miller. How you doing, John?
I'm picked up something last
Yeah,
night.
you sound different.
Yeah, and I don't know. Last time I had it like this, I wound up with pneumonia. So
Oh Lord.
I was supposed to go to a camp out tonight for dinner with a bunch of friends and their kids, and I was going to take my harmonica and play for them, and I had to cancel out on that.
Yeah, you
feel
definitely don't need to go
bad.
anywhere.
Yeah, I feel real bad about
I
canceling.
bet. Yeah, but anybody hears your voice, they'll know that you're
Yeah,
not feeling good.
yeah. And I've been working a little bit on cleaning up the plans for the Trailblazer, just a little bit here, a little there. I found a mission that I made. I hadn't done. They're just little minor things right now, but I find them, I want to fix them. So
Right.
that's what I'm working on. And so it's stalled me on, well, a couple things stalled me on the electric version. But I'll get to that as soon as I get things straightened out. So yeah, it was beautiful here this morning, windy in the afternoon. It's been windy every day for the last week. So last Monday we had snow, rained, and then it started snowing, and then it went back to rain. I understand what the problem is the jet stream is dipping down just on the other side of the Rockies down into the plains. And that's what's bringing all the cold and nasty weather up and around and causing the change in our weather. And that's why it's acting so funny. That's what I read on one of the weather channels. So As long as that situation is going on, we probably will continue to get similar weather. So if you want to go flying, you're gonna have to do it early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let me get to Caffeine and his handsome son. Hey, Caffeine, how you doing? And I get to you next, Dennis.
Hi, we're doing. Um, uh, I
Hmm?
just I just had my maiden flight on my P40 last weekend.
Yeah.
One was it was really nice. Flying airplane. Even though I still have to make some trim adjustment, but my first impression it was really good flying airplane, and I really like it. I will be flying tomorrow. I will try another fuel. I will have 15% nitro tomorrow because normally I use 5%,
Uh,
and I always have the needle to be on the lean side with the 5%. So I'm hoping trying 15% will I will have the needle back, so I will not have too lean run,
What's
right.
your high temperature there during the day?
um in Celsius it's normally 34 degrees Celsius. I don't know if it converts to Fahrenheit, but I think it's
34 would be
100.
about,
About
it's hot.
100? Yeah, you need to add some nitro
It's hot.
for that
Yeah, if
5%.
it's that high, you definitely need nitro for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about 110 I guess. But last just or 3 days ago, I got a new fuel, but it's VP Power Master, 10% nitro, mean and green. But I saw Brad Buck said that the mean green is not recommended. Have you guys have you have you guys any experience with the mean and green VP Power Master?
I'm not familiar with the meaning green. I'm not at all familiar with that at all.
Yeah, it's the full synthetic oil, not the synthetic castor blend, which is the air version.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. Anybody else familiar with the meaning green by Power Master?
No, the
No.
only thing I'm familiar with might be similar is the old Omega with the, with the all synthetic oil.
Yes, the cool.
Couplar, yeah. I was reading on the forum, and some guys gave you some pretty good alternatives that you can do in using the green and mean, just by adding a certain amount of. I think one guy figured it out just how much caster you'd have to add to a quart or something like that. And I'd try it first. I'd try. You can run it 2 or 3 times as long as you don't run it screaming lean. You can run it and see how your plane handles it, and if it's got a problem, if you can't get it to work out, you can then add take a small amount, like a quart, so you don't ruin the whole gallon, and add that amount of caster to it, because you don't need a whole lot of caster to help protect, but a little bit helps you when you get that occasional overrun, or not overrun, hot run.
Yep.
So I do that and salvage what you've got, because that stuff costs a lot of money, whether it's there or whether it's here. And but there's some good. I believe there's some really good advice given to you on the forum there, Caffeine. So
I have a
Yeah.
question for
that's
Caffeine.
my recommendation.
Caffeine, what is the problem? I don't understand what's going on with the P40 and the engine. What was it? Not enough power or not enough speed? What are you pursuing?
Well, the reason why I'm going to try a higher nitro level is because I always ended up with too lean engine setting with the 5%. So I'm going up to 10 or 15%, but the 10 and 15% fraction that I could find here is the mean and green, which is someone says it will leave some plating on the piston, so it will make the piston tighter after few flights. So
Yeah.
it's not the matter of the quantity of the oil, the synthetic or the castor, but there's something Brett says there's something, I don't know, there's something that will make your piston your piston tight with the mint and green contents, you know.
Okay.
There's an additive in it.
Yes, I guess so. There's an additive that will cause problem in the future.
So
anything Brett would say, I'd agree with.
So caffeine, your engine is running too lean, and it's running too lean because what's hot, and the engine gets hot. Or what do you? I'm trying to understand what's going on.
Yeah, it's to get the desirable RPM. I need to push it lean, you know.
So it's
So if
tied in
if
with
I
the it's tied
if
in
I
with the heat of the surrounding area. His density. Well, I don't know the whole thing, but the cure of it is to bring your nitro up a little bit, and your engine runs a little cooler and
yes.
makes more power.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Stephen Mitella has a question or comment.
I think what he's trying, Charles, is his outside temperature is 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and the same thing happened to me when I went to Tucson. He's running 5% nitro, and he's having to lean his engine out so far to try to get it to perform that it goes around the circle 2 times, and when he tries to stun it, it starts to sag because it's too lean. So he needs more nitro so that he can open up the needle and give it more fuel and have more power with the higher nitro content. Which is the same thing, the same problem that I had when I went to Tucson, and I couldn't fly any of my airplanes for 3 days, for 4 days because of it.
All right. Well, thank you, Stephen.
Thank you, Stephen.
That's what you're experiencing, caffeine?
Yep. That's exactly.
All right, cool. I understand now.
Nitro should take care of it then.
Jim Hoffman's an expert on nitro. We should ask him.
Yeah, and he's here too in the house. Hey, Jim, how you doing?
Good.
Take a breath.
So nitro. So what altitude is caffeine at?
Close to sea level.
Sea level.
All right.
It's
So
75 meters above sea level.
that's sea level. That's sea level. Okay. So
100 degrees Fahrenheit.
So he should be okay with 5% nitro. But my experience is at any altitude, things get better and better as I add nitro. So I fly in Tucson mostly, and that's I think 2,200 feet in altitude. And I fly generally on 15% there. I've been to Albuquerque. Yeah, we went to 25% there. So if it's sea level, if caffeine can't make 5 or 10% nitro work, I'd suggest there's another problem.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking too, Jim. I was trying to figure out what the problem is.
What your engine is loading up?
Sorry.
Let me ask, what problem are you trying to solve?
I ended up having to put the needle too lean, to really close, because to get it perform on my where I fly. So I think pushing the nitro from 5 to 10, I can back off a bit the needle, so I can open it a bit, so it will run cooler, so it won't sag during the maneuver.
So if your engine is loading up, it sounds like that's what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I would be looking at what is the propeller, the right propeller for that motor? Is the Venturi the right Venturi for that motor? Is your muffler too restrictive? I would look at all those things. Is your motor worn out? Those are all things I would look at. But if you're at sea level, 5 or 10% nitro ought to work. And going to 15, it might make it a little better, but that's you're not addressing the true cause of your issue.
Are the backplates tight?
What was that, Howard?
Are the backplate screws tight?
Yeah.
Okay.
All screws are tight.
What's your line length? How long the lines are you flying on that P40?
It's 60 feet eyelet to eyelet.
Okay, that's not too long.
What prop are you using?
Thunder Tiger 11 4.5.
Is the motor box stock?
It's a second-hand motor from Bob Brooks.
Wow. So the answer is you don't know, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't.
that's right. You don't know. Yeah, there's your answer.
Bob Brooks is pretty reliable, though.
I know, but we don't know where the motor's been.
Yep. Yeah.
Hey,
If
John,
you have
you gotta keep that voice, man. Don't lose that voice. I love that voice.
You like that, huh?
Yeah, it is a good voice.
Got that bass resonance, Luke, I'm your father.
do you have a similar motor you could swap out?
I do have LA 40, but not 46. This is the only
work.
40.
LA 46 and that P40 should be a perfect motor.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, hopefully. I will just try the fuel first, and then we'll get back with some updates.
Alrighty. Good luck to you on that.
Luck.
I know you're in Indonesia and you're pretty far away, and you're almost like on an island.
Yeah.
Here, I think I think Jim Hoffman. I didn't give you a chance to say what's going on with you.
Oh, well, I've got to leave in a few minutes, but
all right. Well, I'm glad I asked.
So we've been flying carrier. The carrier guys do something called postal carrier, where everything is against the stopwatch, so you can mail it in. So during the month of May, you get together with your friends, you set up whatever makeshift carrier deck you can, and you take some flights. And so we did it earlier this week, and we're going to do it again Monday in Tucson. Bert Brokaw is kind enough to organize it.
Nice.
And so I flew carrier this week, and I'm going to do it again on Sunday. So that's what's going on. So the weather here is just beautiful right now. We started 7 a.m. and we finished about 7:30, 8 o'clock. A little later, but early morning is calm, cool and calm. So that was really nice. So I drove all the way to Tucson and we finished up and we were done. So next time I'm going to bring another airplane to fly. So I pulled down, I have a USA-1 that I used to fly that's been in the garage for a while. So I pulled that down this one. And well, it's pretty beat up, but I took all the dust off and loosened up the motor, and everything seems fine. So I'm going to give that a go on Sunday. So always interesting to revisit an older airplane.
Yeah, always.
Hey, Jim.
Will you tell Bert I said hi next time you see him? I haven't seen him in a while, but he knows who I am. So just tell him I said hi.
I'll see him Sunday.
Hey,
Yeah, thank
Jim,
you.
what's that orange plane on the roof behind you, on the ceiling?
Predator.
That's my Predator. That's an E-Power Predator.
Flaming dog head airplane.
What'd you
Yeah.
say, Howard?
Flaming dog head airplane.
I still don't know what you're saying. I don't know if it's your mic or my ears.
Flaming dog airplane.
Oh, blaming dog airplane.
No,
Flaming
flaming,
dog.
like flames coming off the head, flaming
Thank you.
dog
Thank
head.
you, Philip. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Flaming
Yeah.
dog head airplane.
There you
Thank. All right, Howard. I got it. Thank you, gentlemen.
Jim, what airplane are you flying in carrier?
Let's see, it's in the car. It's a 15 size. I'm flying 15 carrier. So it's a non-scale airplane called a Sniper that somebody kitted 30 years ago. So I'd have to go to the car, go get it.
No problem. I know you're gonna go in a few minutes anyway. So thank
Yeah,
you for coming.
yeah,
Thank you for coming in. It's been a while since I've seen you. Appreciate it.
yeah. But we've had a few of us. Lou Woolgas flies and Steve Mills flies and Bird. I mean, Bird is really, really good. He's national champion of just about everything in carrier.
Wow.
So,
He does a lot
it's a lot of
of.
fun. I wish more people flew carrier. It really is fun.
Yeah, Pete Kuna flies carrier too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me get Denny's attention. Hey, Denny, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Thanks for your patience.
Well, just want to say hi to everybody. That's all.
All right.
Hey, Denny.
Wanted to listen in a little bit, see what's going on in the world. See, we got a lot of folks we haven't hit that I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, we have 18 people right now in here.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. It's
Yeah.
amazing. I appreciate it.
Crowded
Danny,
house.
I am
Danny,
getting a little concerned about something here. We had record rainfall in April, and so far in May, it's continuing. And as of Wednesday, there was 4 inches of water on the center of my control line circle at the RC field.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
And we have a contest in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Oh man.
I posted that contest on
Getting a wee bit
Stunt
worried
Hangar
about it.
calendar.
So
You need to build an aquabat.
it's supposed to rain again tomorrow and Monday or Tuesday. So I don't know,
Oh
man.
man. I know you must all be pins and needles, hoping the weather will straighten out.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. Hope that works out. Let me see here. And then Lynn Burrell came in, I believe. Hey, Lynn, thanks so much for coming. I know you're preparing for the Nats and the Worlds, so I appreciate you coming in.
Working hard.
I bet.
I got
I bet.
the
Let me see your fingertips.
airplane.
Fingertips.
No, I haven't started sanding yet. We're okay still. Sanding will start this week by the end of the weekend. The silk span's all on, 2 coats of clear over everything, and we're headed into the filler coats.
Very good. Awesome.
The sanding begins.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Len, go flying tonight?
Flying tonight. I was putting coats of paint on putting a coat of paint on the airplane.
Yeah.
Even with a 3/4 inch brush, it takes a long time to put a coat of paint on a 710 square inch airplane. It's not something that happens in 10 minutes. It's like, oh my God, brush.
Right.
And I'm trying to
Do
get
you
it
have
done
some?
before 8 o'clock at night, before the humidity gets up high again. So it's like I did a coat before work this morning, and then I get home from work, I grab something to eat quick, and then back down to the basement, start another coat.
You putting some color in your clear coat so you can see it, like Sparky does. You putting a little bit of color.
He usually puts white in it, but I will start putting white once I start going to the filler coats. Yeah, I will.
All right.
Not yet.
Cool.
Right now it's just clear and thinner.
Very cool. Let me catch up on the chat box. Let me see. Philip Bailey gave us a like. Thank you very much, Philip. You still here, Philip? Yeah, he's still here. Thank you, Phil. And then Mark Lumen, who's here also, but he's a member of our YouTube channel. Thank you for your financial support, Mark. I really appreciate it. And he says, "Got your like will be in a short." Thank you. And then Marcel Legrand says, "Keith builds real models," with a smiling face. And then John Skukulek, who's also in here, he says, and he's a member of our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your financial support, Jonathan. I appreciate it. And he says, "Charles, you are right about the Nobler R color not being the same on all of them. Monaco Insignia Blue does not match mine." Yep. Thank you very much for that, John Skukulek. And then Brent Williams says, "I would recommend adding some electrons to the fuel. This is for caffeine." Caffeine gone, caffeine's gone. So he didn't get a chance to hear that. But yeah, some electrons. There you go. He's laughing.
He's back.
Some electrons could add, instead of nitro, add more electrons, according to Williams. And then Marcel Legrand, he says, "I mean, when flying inverted, the model is hunting. How do you fix that?" Now, I wish Joe Gilbert was here. He'd tell you which way to you would deflect the elevator. I think. Anybody know when the plane doesn't hunt upright but it hunts inverted? How you fix that?
That's what I'm working on right now, and I still ain't been able to straighten it out. Joe Gilbert says raise the elevators or lower the flaps, but it doesn't seem to be working.
Go the other way.
You could be the pilot.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, go the other way. You have nothing to hurt. You have nothing to lose.
Inverted stiction.
You know, you either get better or worse.
Tape the flaps.
Do what?
Tape the flaps.
I ain't taping the flaps.
I know you ain't taping the flaps.
There you go.
I've had luck the last couple of years. I've had a couple of airplanes with hunting issues, and I've messed around with the thrust line, and I've been able to make things happen that way.
Yeah, Joe
would
said put a
suggest-
degree of down in it.
Yeah, about one number 4 washer under the motor will generate about 1 degree.
Yep.
And I think you'll find it's helped out an awful lot on my stuff. So
I did introduce a 1 degree down in my plane too.
Another issue. Jonathan Carradas had a question about what he saw when you had your plane there on its belly. He was wondering about some of the plumbing on the fuel tank.
On mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about it?
That one, that model you got there, Sparky. When you had, how are you? How are you, by the way?
Yeah.
That model you had upside down yesterday, I noticed you had looked like a red fuel line, red feed coming from the back of the tank to the Venturi. Looked like it was going there. Is that right?
Correct.
So why did you take the silicon?
Oh, he locked up.
Yep, froze it.
What happened?
Did we lose Jonathan?
Let me see. See him. I was telling him, Sparky, that when I was flying your Junar, that was probably the overflow that was just tucked up.
Yeah, this is the overflow. That hangs out the bottom.
Right.
That's the overflow. When you fill the tank here, you put the plug back on this and you stick it back up in there.
That's what I told him, exactly the same thing. So I told him that's what it probably was. But we lost Jonathan, I believe. But for our audience, if they had any questions, that's what it is. So,
Charles, I want you to read this. Oh, paste. And try to.
That make you big?
No, I'm sending it to you via private message.
Okay. Okay.
What I'm sending to Charles is the Zoom bill that went up another $10. So
Okay.
we got to come up with 159, $160 to keep this meeting alive.
All righty. I see it now. I needed to expand it. I couldn't see it all. We hope you're enjoying everything that your Zoom One Pro plan has to offer. We want to let you know of an upcoming price change to your Zoom subscription. Zoom is committed to continually and innovating our products and delivering value to our customers. The price of your Zoom One Pro plan will increase by $10 to $159 a year per user. This nets out to just 83 cents a month for all the pro annual plan has to offer. The new price will take effect. Let me see here. I got to scroll down. With your next renewal cycle, excuse me.
At the end of this month. So don't super chat. Drop it into the support. I'm going to put up another support badge up there if you guys want to keep this meeting going.
Absolutely. Well, people, we need your help. We need you to support it. I mean, it's free for a lot of people, and some people do help us. But I don't know if everyone is in a position where they just can't or they refuse to. I don't understand. But hopefully you see the value in it and pitch in. I mean, there's no free lunch.
I'll catch you, Brodak, Sparky.
Yeah, Brodak is. I appreciate that, but we got to come up with the money by the end of this month.
Oh.
And I ain't got it.
Well, how do you do this now?
You send it to me PayPal.
Okay, now that I can do. Okay. I'll give you a call and get everything right.
Okay. Whatever you can do. I mean, I used to fund this when I was working on, we just haven't had, the channel is way down. We don't get super chats. It's not supporting itself.
Yeah. Well, that's not the only thing, man. We're losing a lot of things here lately.
Yeah, I know. I hate to ask, but what can I do?
Well, you can't be counted or not counted, be held accountable for everything. We need to chip in and help you out is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we have convenient avenues to do it. You can do the subscription normally, which we have that. There's 3 tiers, and then you also have the super chats, and you have people haven't been super chatting on my show. I haven't seen a super chat. I can't remember, and we're just.
I got one $20 super chat the other day from John Sukulak, and those are few and far between.
And he also does it on a monthly basis. I mean, John Skukulak is a member of our YouTube channel. So over and above what he does every month, he gave you that $20 super chat. I mean, if people don't like this, I can do some other stuff. I mean, Sparky can do other stuff too. I mean, if you like it and enjoying it, and you've been drinking from this brook for a long time and you haven't been contributing, I mean, maybe it shouldn't be free. Maybe it should be something that's you have to pay just even to watch it. Anyways, let me go on to Tryan. Might have been next. Hey, Tryan, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it so much. What you been up to?
Well, I'm ready to go and put a maiden flight on a repair plane tomorrow.
All right.
It's all fixed, and
all right. All right.
Looks
I
good.
like the pants.
Yeah.
I like the pants. That looks really good.
Looks good.
Good boy.
That looks good, Ryan. Yeah. Oh, look at that. I like that.
Cool.
Check
Very
on the bottom.
nice.
Pretty sharp.
So I made a brand new nose for it. So everything from here forward is brand new. I had to make new landing gear struts. I had to repair this area where the landing gear is being connected. Something happened to the spar that holds the elevator in place, so I had to repair that too. Did some cosmetic painting to it. I mean, this is all repainted here. This area here is also repainted in this area, so that's pretty much it. So
Looks good, Trent.
It looks
yeah,
really good.
it took a Phil was there when I smooshed it. It hit pretty hard, but it came back together very nicely. I'd say I really liked it. I'm really happy with the way it came back in. So
Boy, that is a
It looks
real
really
needle
good,
nose
Trent.
spinner.
Yeah.
Look at that. Wow.
I think you made that spinner, right, Tryon?
yes, I did.
Of course. Very nice. Very nice.
Tran, what is that prop?
Huh?
What, oh, it's a Falcon. Okay.
It's a Falcon
Very
12.6.
nice.
Sure looks good.
Yeah, yeah,
I like the wheel pants. That added a lot.
yeah. They do a lot. They add a lot to it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hunt says they always fly better with wheel pants. Every plane he's built flies better with wheel pants too.
And even
I'm
the
gonna have to
profile
find a
looks
set of
nicer, doesn't it?
I'm gonna have to find a set of those wheel pants. You know I ain't gonna be outdone that bad. Put some on my plane.
You use that aeroplane in the kitchen, don't you, Tryon?
What is the background noise I'm hearing? I'm trying to. Is that you, Philip?
No.
That's probably my wife, Charles.
Okay, all right. I can mute you, Jonathan. All right.
So that's it for me. Tomorrow I have the last day of with the kids before summer vacation. I guess I'm gonna do a free for all with them. I have some, toys, simple stuff, and kind of, this the stuff that you can find on stores. And I'm just gonna pick something up, have fun with it.
Very good.
Go ahead.
Very good. Thank you.
So,
And Starkey, we did get another. You're going to get a $50 donation to your PayPal account.
Great.
So you'll see that.
all right. And next weekend I'll be in Romania at the Nationals over there.
Yes. Well, good luck there at Romania. I hope you repeat and retain your national championship title there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's hope everything goes right and bags get there on time and glad to have no surprises.
Right. Yes. Hope so. Very good. Let me see here. Let me get to Mark Lumen. Hey, Mark. Long time no see. How you doing?
Yeah, hanging in there, guys. Hanging in there. Been, like I said, having some health issues. I'll explain that here in just a minute. But I got a couple of updates. Been,
All right.
been in the shop. Yeah. Been in the shop working. I'll try to share. I'm on my iPad. I'm not sure exactly if I'm going to be able to share right. Because.
Right. You should be able to share.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, guys. Let me figure this out.
No worries.
I'll get there before making a mess.
No worries.
All right. That's not up, is it? No.
No, nothing's up yet.
Okay, hang on.
Take your time.
I think I got to do it twofold.
Yeah.
I've never done it on the iPad, so I just.
Why are you doing that? Let me share this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me share this. 1 second here. Whoops. Share. Alrighty. I am so appreciative of this photographer here. Do you guys see this picture?
Yeah.
That's Mark Lumen's shot he took with his camera.
Hang on, I'm trying to. Are you guys seeing anything?
Let me stop sharing.
I'm sorry.
I was sharing the photograph of me flying it. They took a picture of me flying, which is a fantastic shot. Is it showing up, you guys? I can't see it.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll end it. All right. We got your iPad. Go ahead, Mark.
Is mine showing?
Not yet. We see your name. We just Mark's iPad.
Come on, slideshow. Sorry guys, I just don't understand why it's stop broadcast, Zoom, screen broadcast, everything on your screen, including notifications, will be recorded. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing there.
If you want, you keep fooling around with it, and I'll just go on.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Thanks. Sorry.
No problem. No problem. We've all had issues with the screen share one time or another.
So we can see his screen now.
Well, let me try it again.
Okay.
Mark, I could see your screen. All you had to do just go to wherever you want to go, pictures or whatever, and
yeah. Okay, so you can see it now.
Yeah.
I see screen broadcasts. I see your homepage.
There you go.
We got to be careful here.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, no naked pictures.
All right. I can't remember where we're at last time, but this is that's the one I built to take out to Vegas. It's actually out in Vegas now.
That looks kind of reminiscent of your father-in-law's designs.
Yeah, similar. You know.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
the old vector wing. You know.
Yeah.
Vector wing, and then that's just built up simple fuselage, and yeah.
Looks
but
good.
Finish it up in the hotel, so that was good. Yeah. Painted it outside, so doped outside. The maids. This is it's finished now. It's a new build. This is one of Dave's. Well, he calls it the Spirit series. He's got it called the Kiev Spirit. I'm putting together what I call the KC Spirit. I guess you'll figure out why. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
Nice.
What color red is that?
Pontiac red.
Nice.
And it's I like the colors.
Yeah, it's a nice color.
And of course, getting the rest in numbers, and that was today. I actually flew it today.
Right.
Really, just, of course, everything needs trimming. I mean, nothing is ever perfect, but it really tracked well, and wings are level. So just got to work on some trimming, and did about didn't do a whole pattern.
What motor?
I put an FP40 on that one. Yeah, and
nice.
It's simple. Yeah. Yeah, and an LA-46 will fit as well. So if the 40 didn't work well for me, I was going to throw the 46 on it. But so far, it's like 45 ounces, 44 ounces. So it's flying pretty well with that.
This method always works. I mean, just don't knock it. It works.
And the 51 flies good. Still a lot of trimming left to do on that. It's pretty tail heavy. And just trying to work that out with a little bit of nose weight maybe. And I don't have a lot I can take off the tail, but it's out flying well. So far
Is it
so
a
good.
heavy plane, Mark?
Sorry?
Is that a heavy plane?
No, it's not actually. It's I say that it's about 46 ounces, 46 or 47. So it probably for its size, probably it probably a little porky. Yeah.
No, in that case, you need to. Yeah, you're right. You need to add some nose weight and balance it out more forward. The lighter the plane, the more forward CG it requires. The heavier the plane, the more aft CG will require.
Yeah, it flies well, but just at my stage, it's just a little too tweaky. If I get a little overzealous on the turns, it'll snap a turn in a second. So So
No,
basically,
I get it. You know, I'm talking about the relative weight to wing
oh
loading
yeah,
of the
of course.
plane, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
So
Yeah,
for your wing loading, if it's normal, then you want a normal CG, right? If you for
right.
your
Yeah,
wing
makes sense.
loading it's a light plane, then you want a forward CG,
Right.
and that's what I'm saying. You know, so if it was heavy and tail heavy, it works fine,
Makes
but light and tail heavy doesn't work fine.
I get that.
Your line
Yeah.
spacing adjustable on your handle.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, handle. I've got the adjustments there. You know, like I say, but I haven't flown it enough, you know, to get used to it. So I know I just want to calm it down just a little bit. You know, but that'll work. Yeah, I hope to get out some more. But I thought I'd kind of announce now and get everybody in the loop what's been going on with me. I just last month I was diagnosed with bladder cancer. Um,
Man, so
and you know I'm in chemo now. Yeah. So I'll have about 3 months of that, and go from there. Yeah.
Good luck.
Prognosis looks pretty good. Yeah. I feel pretty good for um, being in chemo. I mean, I think I'm an anomaly anyway. I think I feel better that after the first chemo than most. But I've been thinking of what Buddha did I piss off over the years to right before Nats. Yeah. Back surgery last year, knee replacement a couple of years ago. I'm falling apart, guys. Yeah.
yeah.
But
You gotta
anyway,
stop that, man.
Welcome to the over 65 crowd.
yeah, exactly. But you know, I'm going to kick this. This is not. I'm not going to say it's private information, but you know, you guys are uh, all well acquainted friends. So you know, I figured it's best to get it out in the open a little bit.
Us
They
and the
will end up having to
4,000
remove. They will end up having to remove the
4,000
bladder.
friends.
You know. Oh yeah, man. Yeah. They will end up having to remove the bladder, but you know, there's worse things. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where you know you I won't take up too much time, Charles, but it's one of those things where you go, I where did this come from? You know, but I mean, I crop dusted for years. You know, I was in the military for a long time. You know, aviation. Who knows? I mean, it's just it could have been from anything, and you know, I'm just thankful it wasn't anything else. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if that made sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, thanks
Thanks
for
for
sharing,
sharing
man. I
that,
appreciate
Mark.
it.
Well,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
I wish
Thank
you
you,
well,
man.
Mark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thanks, man.
Best wishes on that, Mark.
Oh yeah, you bet. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me
Hang there, Mark.
I haven't spoken to Jim Vornholt yet. Oh, and Gordon Delaney. I'll get to you guys. So go ahead and Jim Vornholt, how you been doing? What you been up to?
Oh, not much. My battery on I'm gonna have to get out. My battery is showing low, and I
Okay.
can't plug in the charger on my laptop because the dog ate the cord.
Oh,
I know. I've heard that before.
I got a new one coming from Amazon. Supposed to be here tomorrow. So, but I'm getting a sign that says battery is running low. So
right, well,
I'm going to
thank you.
close out though. So I'll talk to everybody next week then.
All right. Thank you
Good to
very
see
much.
you. Good to see you.
Thanks.
Take care, Jim.
Bye. Bye.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Jim.
Hey, Gordon, how you doing, Gordon? I spoke to you just yesterday, right?
Excuse me, I'm not feeling very good. I
Yeah.
lost
Sorry.
lost a good friend of mine this morning.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Who was that, Gordy?
His name is Rodney Warts.
Rodney?
Yeah.
You're kidding me. No, you're not.
No.
Oh, that's terrible.
His wife called me about 8:30 this morning. Sandy and I went on visiting yesterday, and his daughter whispered in his ear, says, "Hey, Gordon and Sandy's here," and his eyes popped open. He kind of looked around at us, and he wasn't very coherent, but he knew we was there.
Oh.
And this morning his wife called and I guess about 8:30, passed away during the night, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sorry
Oh.
about that, Gordy. Sorry about that.
Well, he finally retires and he gets, oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
So it's what, 76, I believe.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm not feeling real hot. So
All righty.
I did a bunch of push-ups a couple days ago, and now my elbow hurts so bad I can hardly even touch it.
Oh man, yeah, you got to increase very slowly, incrementally. I remember when I was trying to get in shape and I was too aggressive. I had to go to the doctor and get cortisone shots in my knee because I did too much too fast. I realized I'm not a young man anymore. I got to take it easy, and the gains got to be really incrementally slow and gently, because when you're younger, I used to just go out there and run several miles, and the next day I would double it, and days later I'd double it again. I didn't think, I was just young and could do that, and I can't do it anymore. I got to increase things gingerly. Just so that's my advice to you is take it easy.
Well, 2 years ago I could do 75, and then I quit doing them, and so the last 2 weeks I worked my way back up to 30, and I mean my elbow hurts so bad.
Yeah, you
I'd
gotta
like
just
to get a cortisone shot. I can't even hardly touch it. I've had it on a heating blanket all day today.
I'm sure that now to take it easy, increase incrementally, gently.
Well,
get older.
I felt fine doing 30. I've been doing
How
it.
many did you do?
Pardon?
How many did you do now? You did 30? Did you increase it?
Yeah. Well, for the last couple of weeks, I've been doing 30.
Okay.
And then I've been doing 20 squats. And I want to get in shape so I can fly my new Pathfinder.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I understand. Yeah, just take it easy. Trust me, I
anyway,
know.
Lose my friend out. I've been pretty stressed out today.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Gordon.
Well, thank you. If
Well,
you'll excuse me, I'm going to check out. I'm going to shut down early tonight.
Okay. All right, man. Well, take it easy, man. And
I still haven't got, Charles, I still haven't got my parts for my lathe.
Oh, no hurry. No hurry, man. You're not keeping me from flying a plane. So when you get your lathe or mill together, you can fix those parts for me. But I'm in no hurry.
Okay, just so you know.
I know. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. I really do.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later.
All right, man.
Take it easy, bud.
Hey, Gordy.
Take it easy.
Let me just see here. So that's you see Gordon, look at going to Howard Rush, trying to make us nauseous.
He's doing a good job.
Going sideways.
Why is that?
It's
Hey, yeah, it's just like a barf video.
Oh, you're talking about the way I fly?
No, just the
Oh,
camera,
no.
the way the camera was moving.
Oh, I'm flying stunt.
You're flying stunt.
Yeah.
I think that's John's Santa Claus hat caught on the top of that aerial.
Yeah. Yeah, John, man, you got to hang on to that voice, John. Man, I love it.
Oh my goodness. I could probably make some money with this voice, couldn't I?
I think you can, man. You definitely can make some money with that voice. Just do some voiceovers for some movies and make some money.
That looks like thoroughbred country, Howard.
We don't need no stinking mufflers.
Send half the money to Sparky. He needs it.
All right.
Oops.
So you done flying for that flight, huh?
Yeah.
All right. How was your flight?
I was becalmed.
That's why I lost power. You charged your battery up, Howard.
Huh?
My computer lost power about half an hour
Okay.
ago.
So Jonathan, we do have an answer for you. That silicone tube you saw, is this the overflow that gets tucked up inside the cowl?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. Well, no, there was a red one coming from the back of the
Let me make
tank.
Sparky big.
That's the one.
See, Jonathan?
Oh, okay, right. Now I savvy. Right, okay, I got it. I thought you might have been doing something there to save weight or.
It does. That tube is lighter than a piece of brass.
Yes, it is.
I want to kind of mention, things that, I kneeled down and I ripped the tendons in my knee. And I told my dad, this comes from the greatest generation. The advice of my dad, he was 98 when he gave me this advice. He said, every time I bend over now or kneel down, my knee hurts. You know what he said? Don't kneel down.
Exactly. Don't do it. I agree with him. When you get older, don't do stuff you used to. If it hurts you, you'll be more hurt.
Right. Don't do that. Okay. The funniest one though that my dad come up with was at the Nats one year. I think it was about 2016 or 17 when he was there. A kid had one of them hoverboard things. I don't know, 2 wheels, and you I don't know what it's called. Anyway, I said, hey, let me try that. My dad just about had a heart attack. With get off that thing, man. You got to drive me home.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Sorry.
You'll break your neck.
I've got a grandson, he's 7 now. He can get on that thing and squat down, just gets down real low and just goes all over the place on the thing. I tried to get on it one time. It went that way. I went that way. Never again. Never again.
I moved about 2 foot and flipped off it. And my dad said, get off that thing.
Some of us live and learn. Some of us live and don't learn.
Yeah, really.
Plain and simple.
I learned right quick. My honey didn't care for that.
Well, I have a comment. Just his name, Bill Bomer. Haven't seen him in a while. Hey, Bill, thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. You should come in the Zoom meeting and give us an update on what you've been up to. And let me see here. I think we're all caught up.
Here's a tip for any of you guys using silver leaf. Don't do it. It looks like crap. I'm sanding a silver leaf off of the leading edge here and painting it silver.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Charles, I'm gonna drop off.
All right. Thank you, Stephen Smith. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
All right.
Take care, Steve.
Good night, Steve.
Good night.
Good night, Steve.
Good night, Steve.
Steve.
All righty. Well, I think we've gone through everybody, and thank you so much for coming in. Hopefully, you have a chance to this weekend. Hope you have a chance to do some flying or do some building, and come back and tell us all about it. And until then, fair winds. We're gonna go to the after party. So if you're here, you don't have to go. Just gonna end the live stream. So fair winds, tight lines. Oh, by the way, don't forget to participate in the donations so we can keep this Zoom meeting that we've been enjoying.
Go to Stunt Hangar and get my email address and send it via PayPal. Super chats, they take 30% off the top.
And it takes a while too, or PayPal will be more immediate.
Right.
We need the money for this month, end of this month. So please donate, please support, or else this might just go away. And then people will be all upset. What happened to Stunt Hangar Hangouts? It's like, well, it wasn't being self-supported. And
I can no longer do it on my own. I used to do everything on my own when I was working, but I can't do it now. I did it for years, just paid it and whatever came, no problem.
Yeah, so let's go to the after party. Good night. See you Monday. Bye-bye.
Ciao.